So can I talk about it? Like, can I? Let's talk about the WIZ. Okay. So, first of all, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, get it together. That's all I have to say. Okay, so the WIZ, first of all, is a adaptation or reinterpretation through the African American perspective of the 1939, 1932, whatever, film of The Wizard of Oz. Now, back in early 2015, so probably like April or so, it was announced that there would be a live musical on NBC for The WIZ. Now, this is the third time that NBC has done this. Last year it was Peter Pan, which was... Year before that, it was The Sound of Music, which was... I think Allison Williams or something was Peter Pan, and Carrie Underwood was Maria. And Carrie Underwood did an okay job. Allison was, yeah, okay. Christopher Walken in Peter Pan was just kind of drunk. And so both of those live musicals performed okay. I think Sound of Music did a little bit better than Peter Pan. But then they announced The WIZ, and I was like, what? Okay, so The WIZ was a stage play that starred Stephanie Mills, who is a phenomenal singer. Oh, and then it was adapted to film, and Stephanie Mills was going to play Dorothy, the lead in the film, until Diana Ross decided that she wanted to, and through some kind of drama or whatnot, she ended up playing Dorothy in the film, and Michael Jackson, R.I.P., was the Scarecrow. Richard Pryor was the Wizard, I believe. Yeah. And now we have the 2015 adaptation, which mimics the Broadway show, not the movie. They share, some things. Oh gosh, text messages. I need to turn this off. And so it finally aired on Thursday, this past Thursday. And I was nervous because, first of all, the girl that they cast as Dorothy, her name was Shanice Williams, and she's a newbie. She's 18, 19 years old, and she's new. Nobody knows who she is, blah, blah, blah. Neo, the singer Neo, was the Tin Man. Elijah Kelly, who I love with my dearest heart, he won me over in Hairspray, was Scarecrow. David Alan Grier was the Cowardly Lion. Queen Latifah was the Wiz. Amber Riley was one of the witches. Uzo Aduba was Glinda. Mary J. Blige was Eveline, one of the witches. Common was a bouncer. I'll get to that. And Stephanie Mills played Dorothy's aunt. So it was so great to see Stephanie Mills, who was in the original Broadway show, in this remake, this live musical. I don't even have words for this, you guys, and I'm probably going to get emotional over this. Being a woman of color, being a dark-skinned woman. I am darker. I'm not the darkest, but I'm a dark-skinned woman of color. You never really know, or you don't really realize, or I personally, I'm going to speak from my perspective. I don't ever really realize what television is lacking until I see it done so well in front of me. I watched The WIZ and I thought it was amazing. I thought it was so good. Shanice did such a fantastic job. Okay, there are a lot of economic and political ties to the WIZ for my culture, my people. And before I get into my thoughts on things, I want to mention that the day before the WIZ aired, I caught wind of some Twitter uproar about, oh, the WIZ has an all-black cast. If there was an all-white cast of the WIZ, there'd be an uproar. That's racist. First of all, no, that is not by definition possible. Black people can't be racist. I don't want to get into this. That's another video, but I just want to state that minority cultures, minority people can't be racist. They can be prejudiced. They can be discriminatory, but they cannot be racist. If you want to know why, I can film a separate video on it. So that was wrong. The second thing is, hello, do your research. The reason why the WIZ is even a thing is because the Wizard of Oz exists. And the Wizard of Oz is an all-white cast. Has an all-white cast. Like, I don't understand how you don't Google these things. So that happened. That was actually a thing that happened the day before the WIZ came out. Now, moving on, because the production of the WIZ on Thursday really just discredited all the idiots that got stupid on Twitter the day before. The WIZ opens up with Stephanie Mills blowing me away with pure, unadulterated vocals. That woman, that tiny woman, has the powerhouse voice that I remember as a kid. She's not even in my generation, but my mom raised me on her music, and I remember, she's the one, I never knew love like this before, now I'm lonely nevermore. Like, that's Stephanie Mills. Like, that's who, and I heard her sing, and I was just looking like a kid in a candy store as she sang. And then Elijah Kelly. I was introduced to him in the musical, the movie version of Hairspray, where he sang, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I could say it ain't so, but darling, what's the use? The darker the chocolate, the richer the taste. And that's where it's at. Now, baby, run and tell that. Run and tell that. Like, that's Elijah Kelly. And Hairspray is another one of my favorite Broadway shows. But anyway, when Elijah Kelly was Scarecrow, so he was Michael Jackson's character in the movie, and Michael Jackson sang, you can't win, like that, and then, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Elijah Kelly was, he was so good. He was so good. He didn't try to do what Michael Jackson did, because he can't. You can't touch what Michael Jackson has already touched and blessed. But he made it his own, and he was so good. It was, I had probably the best experience watching this play. It was done, the costumes, the choreography, the stage design, the movement of the props, how fluid everything was. There were a few blips, but who cares? It's live. Then Neo was, Neo even said in an interview that he just wanted to be a part of the production. He didn't care if he was a munchkin. He just wanted to be in it, and he was Tin Man. And he brought so much heart. Haha, get it? Tin Man, heart. He brought so much to this performance. I felt so much in this. I loved this so much. But David Alan Grier, can we say MVP of this performance? David Alan Grier was the Cowardly Lion. I laughed. I teared up. His vocals were on point. His dancing was on point. He was so fun to watch. I don't even know where the bad is in this. I don't really think there's bad in it. I love the changes in the dialogue to make it more culturally relevant. I love the moves. I love the dabs. I love the hit the quan. You know, I love all of that. Mary J. Blige can't dance worth a damn, but she was trying to hit that quan, but her vocals gave me everything. She didn't want no bad news, y'all, and she sang it. She took to the choir to sing. She didn't want no bad news. Eveline, she was so good. Like, I was so here for her. Common. He just wanted to be in it. And they just said, go ahead, put him in the green suit and just let him be in it. But I like seeing him. Common is handsome. I love looking at a handsome face. But then, okay, so, you know, they on their way. They easing on down the road. Come on, ease on down the road. Like, they ease on down. And they get to the WIZ's castle. And that's Queen Latifah. She's the WIZ. And so Common it's a club, pretty much. And Common is the bouncer. Common lets him in. And I kid you not, like, all the people in there are voguing and doing all these things that the EDM clubs, I don't know what any of this is called. I don't know. But they was, yes, slay, work. I kid you not, like, they were saying those things. And they were, like, voguing while talking to Dorothy. Like, the WIZ does not want you here. Like, they were saying, it was so culturally relevant. It was so good. And so they meet the WIZ. Let me talk about this stage design and these props. There's this big old head that's moving as it talks, and then the WIZ appears, and it's Latifah, Queen La. Now, Queen La, she didn't look queen. She looked very androgynous, which I loved. The makeup, the contour, the coat, her whole fit was bomb. I want it for my wardrobe. Like, it was bomb. And she did her little salsa moves to She's the WIZ and stuff. Okay, wait. Let me back up. Amber Riley. Let me get back to Amber. Amber Riley. Right after Dorothy gets moved to Oz and whatnot through the tornado, Amber Riley, girl, came and blew the roof off the place with He's the WIZ. Like, she was set. If y'all haven't seen Glee, then y'all missed out on Miss Amber. Seasons 1 and 2, that Amber and snaps. It was, Amber Riley slayed me. She was phenomenal. Back to the WIZ. And Queen La sang, and she did her thing, and then Queen La, she can't do no wrong for me. I love her. I love Queen. She was great. And she was like, she had her moments of funny. And then I talked about Mary J. I'm not talking about this in order. I'm talking about this in the order that it pops into my head. And then let's talk about Uzo. Uzo Aduba, Miss Glinda, came down in the most ethereal African beauty. Just, I am it and you are not. Like, she just came down in all her chocolate glory and just bestowed upon us her presence as Glinda. Like, snitches, I'm here. And she sang in such this in a full, heavy, just earth, gritty voice. It wasn't even gritty. It was just so full and so rich. And she just sang the hell out of her song. And I was like, oh, so crazy eyes. I didn't even know what to expect her voice. But I knew she was a classically trained. Like, I knew that. But I never heard her. And I was just like, oh. Like, I kid you not. Like, when she was done, I was like this. When she was finished. And then mind you, this was probably like 10 minutes for a show in. That's when Uzo showed up. I was like, Linda, girl, you got 10 minutes. Where you at? And she finally shows up and does her thing. And then at the end, you know, the finale song, the song that's gonna bring it home, that's gonna snatch your edges, snatch your wig, and you gonna have you crying up against the wall, wishing that you was home, even though you already home. Shanice sings "Home," which is an iconic song. It is a classic. It is a legendary song. You need to do it right. Stephanie Mills, Diana Ross, those two queens nailed the song. Shanice, girl, do it. Let's do it. And that song made her a star for me. That song, she sang that song to the ground. Her guts were on the floor after that song. I saw the tears in her eyes with that song as she was singing it. As she was singing, like, Diana Ross's face flashed in front of my eyes. Stephanie Mills' face flashed in front of my eyes. Michael Jackson's face flashed. Richard Pryor. Everybody. Like, I got so many visuals of just everyone dead and alive who was a part of the WIZ just surrounding her and just smiling as she was singing that song. That is how people like me, men, women, dark skin, light skin, that is how we should be portrayed all the time. That is the part of our culture that needs to be more present. That is what I want if I ever have kids, what I want them to see. I want them to see that we're not the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that we're not drug addicts and you know, baby mamas and all these negative connotations, that we're not these things that people create, you know, that the stigma that people associate with Black culture, that we're not just a costume, that we're not just something that's cool and hip and dope and all those things. Granted, we are cool and hip and dope, and yes, be jealous, but not to your convenience, you know, not to anyone's convenience. I just had so much hope after watching this, especially considering with all the things that have been going on in the world, all of the negative things, all of the death, everyone who has lost their lives to senseless violence, to hate, to so much hate, to all the videos that I see and all the things that I hear of people being so hateful to Muslims, to Latino people, to my people, to women, to the disabled, to the elderly, to the poor, to the homeless, to anyone who is not middle class white men. And even then, that's just a segment of people. There's just so much hate right now, and there's so much fear. There's so much fear. And during that whole 3-hour performance, I just forgot about it all. I forgot about it all. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't sad. I wasn't angry. I was just elated. I was elated. I was happy. And that is why this performance, the WIZ performance, meant more than just what it actually was. It was fantastic. Yes, like I said, everything about it was fantastic. It was colorful. It was happy. The vocals were on point. The costumes were on point. The stage design, the casting. I loved every minute of it. And they're re-showing it, by the way. If you haven't seen it, It's going to air again December 19th, I think at 8 p.m. or whatever time. I know it said 8 p.m. or something, but I don't remember if it's Central, Pacific, Eastern, whatever. I don't care if you are white, if you are black, if you are Latino, if you are Asian, if you are anything but a human being. Like, if you are a human being, you can love the WIZ. You probably will love it. You will love it. There's so much heart and soul. There was so much heart and soul in that performance. And I am so glad that I got to see it. I am so glad that Stephanie Mills was in it, that Shanice was in it, that Mary was in it, that Neil was in it, that Elijah Kelly, David Allen Greer, Uzo, Amber, Queen, Common, all these people. I am so glad that there were so many great faces and voices and personalities in this performance. I loved it. I loved the cultural relevancy. I loved how they brought in dance moves and colloquialisms and just everything. There was so much cultural expression in this that I just was like, it's stuff like that that gives me hope and gives me something to hang on to and continue hoping for the best and just wanting to just share this with people and just say, just, you having a bad day, hun? Watch the WIZ. And not even just the live one. Watch the one with Michael Jackson. Why am I speaking like this? I don't know. Watch it. Like, it was great. I'm going to go. I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't know what else I can say. But just know that I needed this. I really, 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 in my heart of hearts, I needed this. Because while I will never be one to go out and march on the side, for people, I'm not an activist like that. I'm an activist here. This is my means of being active. This is my means of showing support. I'm not built for being on the front lines. I'm not built for that. But there's a fight every single day. Somebody is fighting for something every single day, whether it's on behalf of someone or whether it's for themselves. Someone's fighting for something every single day, and the power of word, the power of music, the power of art is so important. And I am so happy that the WIZ did so well. I'm so happy that Shanice now has a name and people know who she is and she has this opportunity. And I don't want to say now has a name because that's not what I meant. But she's getting her foot in the door. She's getting these opportunities. And I want more than anything in this world, as somebody who is a creator, I want for people like me to have stuff like this, TV shows, movies, things that are this accessible, this expression, to see our culture portrayed in such a positive way. I want that to be normal. I don't want it to be, oh, it's Christmas time, let's please the black people. I don't, and that sounds kind of harsh, but that, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to go. Like, I feel like I'm going to go this time. But yeah, just know I loved it. A all around. A's, just A's everywhere. Let me know what you guys thought of the show, if you caught it. DVD comes out December 22nd. Soundtrack comes out December 11th. Yeah, so comment down below with any comments. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Sorry, I'm rambling. And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Just thanks. I'll see you later.